Please, I have money. I have money. I know people are powerful. I'll give you anything you want. I'll give you anything you want. I have people in powerful places. There's cameras everywhere. You don't want to do this. You don't want to do this.
How your pop doing? You doing all right?
Don't talk about my father.
Check this. Hey, check this out. Check this out. I do got a message.
I mean, you be good. What's up, E?
Where's that girl at? You think it's smart for you to come over here in an Uber? Really? You call yourself running away now?
I'm sorry.
You're sorry? Do you know who could have had it been you?
We're arguing.
So you get in a car with a stranger. You think that's safer than being in the protection and privacy of your own home while your parents have a disagreement? That makes sense to you?
Can I stay, please?
Let me talk to him right quick. Let me talk to him. You just go upstairs real quick. Let me tell you something. Listen, baby. I'm gonna tell you what happens sometimes. What happens sometimes, kids just need emotional support. You're a great mother.
And
I know she probably just feels better around the
man. Don't let him just stay in the house so she can have that stability behind and just pulling us apart as a family. Dealing with his alcoholism. I've tried. I've prayed about it. I've been patient with him. I've told him to go to rehab. I'm still there with him. I'm splitting bills down the middle with him. I'm there with him, and he does not care about none of it. Even after the accident, you're still drinking.
Listen.
Like the things he said to me tonight, Wayne, I'm telling you, like, there could have never been a moment where he loved me or us as a family, and for her to feel more comfortable in somebody else's house, I feel like a failure as a mother.
The sun had barely come up on a chilly Atlanta morning when Erica Pinkett's phone lit up on the kitchen counter, sending a jolt straight through her body. She was no stranger to notifications, but this one hit differently. Kountry Wayne was out here spreading straight up lies about her daughter. Her heart dropped. For a second, Erica just stood there, frozen, hands shaking. She grabbed her phone and unlocked it, but the damage was already done. That video was everywhere. Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, you name it. The clip was running wild, spreading like a virus, and right in the middle of it, her baby girl. Amara was only 17, living life in her own little world, focused on school and chilling with her tight circle of friends. But now, the internet had her name all up in mess, pushing baseless rumors like it was gospel, and the one who started it all, Kountry Wayne, the same dude who built his name off viral skits, smooth-talking charm, and lighthearted jokes. Erica had never been a fan. His humor, too reckless, too dependent on tired stereotypes, and borderline disrespectful punchlines. She never paid him much mind though, until now. At first, the video that started all this drama seemed harmless enough, or so it looked. Kountry Wayne, rocking his usual laid-back fit, sat in front of a bright backdrop, talking straight into the camera. His words dripped with humor as he hyped up some so-called relationship that had the internet in a chokehold. Then, he said Amara's name, straight up put her in the mix, claiming she was involved with a much older celebrity. The second Erica heard it, she knew exactly who he was talking about. He threw in slick winks and sly smirks, playing it off like it was all fun and games, like none of it really mattered as long as the audience was laughing. But as the video rolled on, the whole vibe shifted. That lighthearted energy turned into something else, something messier, something mean. He wasn't just implying Amara was caught up in a little fling. No, he took it further, hinting that she was using the situation to climb the ranks. His words dripped with poison, lacing the internet with rumors that could ruin a young girl's name before she even got the chance to tell her side. Amara out here doing what now? Wayne laughed, tossing out a slick comment about the so-called truth behind her and that celebrity situation. The camera zoomed in on his face as he added, "If y'all don't believe me, just watch her level up. She knows exactly what she doing." That video took off fast. Kountry Wayne's millions of followers, folks who clung to his every word, shared it like it was gospel. People who didn't even know Amara started making up their own wild stories, running with the mess he put out there. Erica's phone blowing up non-stop. calls, texts, friends, family, even complete strangers. "You see what Kountry Wayne said about your daughter?" they all asked, voices thick with shock. Erica was in disbelief. Was this real life? A man she had never even met, someone with the influence to reach millions, had turned her daughter's world upside down with one careless video. The hurt hit immediately. Amara, who used to walk through her school halls with her head held high, now wouldn't even step outside her room. Her Instagram DMs, a mess, full of hate, cruel words, disrespectful questions, people picking apart her every move. Every post, every picture was now fuel for their nonsense, all feeding into the fake story Wayne had spun. But for Erica, this wasn't just some online drama. This was her family's name, her daughter's future, and she wasn't about to let it slide. She grabbed her phone, hit up her lawyer, and made it official. She was taking Wayne to court for defamation. This wasn't a decision she made lightly, but those words he put on her daughter's name weren't just reckless. They were straight up lies, and she was gonna make sure they stopped. The second the lawsuit hit, the internet went wild. Everybody had something to say. Some folks stood with Erica, calling out Kountry Wayne for abusing his platform and causing real harm. Others had his back, claiming he was just joking, and folks needed to lighten up. But for Erica, this was no joke. Watching her daughter suffer, seeing a lie spiral out of control while nobody in power stepped up to shut it down, nah, there was nothing funny about that. Inside the courtroom, the energy was thick. The defamation case became a full-blown media circus. And that courtroom, it wasn't just a place for legal talk anymore. It was a war zone. Erica and her lawyer came ready, laying out every piece of proof they had. They showed the cyberbullying, the harassment, DMs full of hate, nasty comments on Amara's posts, and videos taken out of context just to push the false story Wayne started. Erica's lawyer stated in court, his voice calm but commanding, what was said about this young woman wasn't just some baseless gossip. It was a full-blown attack on her character, a straight-up lie that has left real scars on her emotionally and mentally. Kountry Wayne's defense came in just as strong, but to many it felt weak. His legal team argued that Wayne was a comedian, an entertainer, and that his words were never meant to be taken seriously. They painted him as a man who simply didn't grasp the impact of his actions. His team even tried to flip the script, claiming Amara was only upset because all the attention was now on her. Wasn't that what she wanted? They asked, but Erica wasn't having it. She sat in that courtroom, eyes locked on Kountry Wayne, every time he tried to brush off what he had done. Every excuse he made only fueled the fire burning inside her. This was her child, and no amount of fame, money, or influence gave anyone the right to tear her daughter down like that. Days stretched into weeks as the case dragged on. News outlets camped outside the courthouse, streaming every second of the trial to the world. The pressure was on. Wayne's once rock-solid social media empire started cracking as more and more people called him out. The hashtag #JusticeForAmara started trending, and folks who once cheered Wayne on now found themselves standing with the Pinkett family, pushing for real consequences. Then, after what felt like forever, the jury came back with a decision. The verdict made one thing clear. The tide had shifted. The jury ruled in favor of Erica Pinkett. Kountry Wayne was found guilty of defamation, and the court ordered him to issue a public apology. But that wasn't the only consequence. Erica also won a settlement, money that, while helpful, could never undo the damage his reckless words had caused. The apology finally came, but it felt empty. Wayne stood in front of the cameras, forcing a smile as he read from a script, apologizing to Amara and her family. He swore he never meant any harm, that he was just playing, and that he took full responsibility. But the harm was already done. That video, still out there, floating in the depths of the internet, forever attached to both his name and the Pinkett family. But for Erica, this case was never about money. It wasn't even about the apology. It was about proving a point. She had fought for her daughter's name, her dignity, and for what was right. And while the court battle was over, Erica knew this was just the start of a bigger conversation about accountability, social media's power, and the responsibility that comes with fame.